Scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
The Thunder will use a timeout as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. Time for some new personnel into the game. Paul. Runner here won't go down. To Cantor. Scores from the post.
I remember my high school coach said one man can't beat five. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lies. I'm watching it happen in person.
Here comes the screen. Here's CP3. Doesn't get the bounce. Oh, Dennis Schroeder. It's been a quiet night. Only 3 attempts, but he makes that one stick.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Can't convert the free throw. Paul into the front court. It's an 8-point lead. A bad pass, and the Celtics have it. To Hayward. Right down Broadway for the 2. Defender has to pick him up.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Oklahoma City ball. To Adams. Enes Kanter with a piece. Walker with the basketball. The deficit is 6. That ends the third quarter. Thunder with the lead. The Thunder have it to start the fourth quarter. And that halftime lead, it was cut down in the third.
And just because the numbers on a scoreboard say that you're winning doesn't mean that the feeling on the court implies that. This team is gaining momentum. If you don't do something to gain your momentum back, they're going to come back and win this game.
Able to convert inside.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Count the basket inside.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. Brown into the front court. Down 6. Whoa! What a finish!
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Paul across the timeline. Looking to make something happen. And finishes strong.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You've heard it before. Slow and steady wins the race. This approach might be working out after all.
Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Hayward. To Jaylen Brown. Nice pass to set things up.
But most importantly, you have to keep the ball moving. Maybe run some floppy sets, some horn sets. Raise those bigs up, which open up the lane, and let them be the passers to make plays easier for the guards.
And a throwdown.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. And count it at the rim.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
To Gilgeous-Alexander. Here comes the screen. Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot from the lane, won't go. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration. Boston with the basketball. Walker. To Hayward. And he knocks it down, Jay.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Paul with it up top. 2-point advantage. Screen coming. Chance for Paul. The jumper's off the mark. Give it to him. Kemba Walker. With that, he's 5 for 9.
Ed, here's a next-level comment for you. K-Walk is one of the rare guys in the league today that blurs the lines between the streets and the league.
Steven Adams with the slam.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. From the painted area, won't go down. Ferguson. Nice pass to set things up. Wide open look, won't go. To Hayward. Slams it down.
An easy 2, get back on defense.
With the rock, it's Chris Paul. To Gilgeous-Alexander. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Paul into the front court. All tied up, just underway in this fourth quarter. he knocks it down. Jay, nice look right there. Brown with it up top. He'll run the offense. Oh, ferocious slam inside.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. OKC ball.
Send you down. Ice.
Jaylen Brown. Blocked away.
That one's in the 15th row.
Huge denial. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Gilgeous-Alexander to Adams. And he drains it.
Old school equals high percentage.
To Walker. Steven Adams. Knocked away. It's getting dangerous down there.
Ed, I hated getting my shot blocked like that, but I did like getting the ball right back. Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Walker with the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
When I think about Kemba Walker, I think about a self-made elite PG. He's a little guy that thrives amongst the NBA giants, and he's fearless. Let me tell you about how fearless he is. Even Alvin Gentry said he's probably the biggest competitor he's ever seen. You could put him right up there with the likes of Kobe Bryant from a competitive standpoint. That goes to show you that Walker will do anything and everything to beat you every possession.
Deep left corner. Hayward. Has a chance, and he knocks.
Threat. It does two things. Number one, it creates distance in a hurry. Number two, when you're stepping east to west while maintaining your dribble, which is a difference maker, it throws a defender off because now he's at your mercy and he's off balance.
And it just may be, Jay, the biggest threat late in the shot clock.
Especially if you add a hesitation to the move, or if you look at the rim, you'll most time have the defender jumping out of the shoes.
We wish defenders all the best in this game defending that. Walker buries it on the catch and shoot.
They absolutely needed that. Great job by the offense to be poised and create a shot to pull ahead.
Here's Paul, controlling the offense. To Adams. To Paul. Shot clock coming down to 4. Down to 3. Schroeder. Tatum grabs the board. Hayward to Cantor. New blood coming in for both sides. Now Paul with the basketball. His guys down 3. Celtics have it. Walker. Here comes the screen. To Kemba Walker. To Marcus Smart. Has a look. Not today.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
There's some players out there that like the freedom of space, and then we have the anomalies. We have the players who feel comfortable being uncomfortable. And almost the physicality of the game centers them and puts them right on balance every time. Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Celtics have it. Shot's no good. You have to like the confidence, but that was a difficult shot. Ferguson to Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, a lot of contact. Shot's no good and no foul. Into the front court, it's Walker. Leads just a point. Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Ferguson slams it down.
And no emotion, just that ice-cold stare. That's a sign of somebody who's here to compete.
To Walker. Here's a chance from long range. He has certainly been on target from downtown. He's 4 of 5 from three-point range.
Let me tell you why. He's been receiving his passes on time and on target. Give the passer some credit in this scenario as well.
Paul. Ball's controlled by Boston. Picked up by the Thunder. Paul. Goes to the left side. To Kemba Walker. Nothing going here on that drive. Shot won't go. Gilgeous-Alexander to Paul. A pass taken away by the Celtics.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Boston with 4 to shoot. He scores on the step back. Jay, how did he get free?
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Now a whistle, and we're going to get a timeout from OKC. They'll need a quick shot, and then likely a quick foul in what is now a 2-possession game. Shifting gears, here come some substitutions. Trying to cash in. Gallinari off the mark. Here comes the intentional foul, but they did have one to give, so no free throws yet. They'll shoot after the next foul.
In the 80s, that might have been a personal, but regardless, it had the same impact. You just injected a little life into your squad, just when they needed it.
And an intentional foul here in the closing moments, but it shouldn't make too much of a difference in what is now a two-score game.
Too close to call right now. We're in clock management mode. That was a good play.
Oops, he missed the first one. Knocks down the second after missing the first. Late heave to beat the buzzer. It's a victory here for the Celtics as they get a good win on the road. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Celtics edged out a close victory in today's game. I could get into detail about their play calling and shot selection, but let's be honest. We all know that the dunks were the most exciting. I'd be surprised if the rim isn't a little bit bent at this point. The Thunder must be devastated after such a close loss. The way they shot the ball was outstanding, but even still, it wasn't enough to get the result they wanted. More often than not, you're going to win games when you shoot the ball as well as they did here today. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Game track. Three-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game.
And what we have here are highlights worth 1,000 words. There's no question he stood out amongst the rest in today's matchup.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this, except that he fits the title of this segment? He was definitely cold in this game. Here's our top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time, I'm Jalen Rose, signing off.